good? It's Mackenzie. We're here at the George Square Taco Fiesta. I'm going to go talk to some people. I've got my monster. I've got my monster holder. This neatly coddles and cuddles the monster and makes the monster more tasty and palatable to my Western mouth. Ah, it tastes like nationalism. Fuck, I don't know what's happening here. Glasgow is normally just orange walks and nothing else, but this is mental. There's a blizzard of snowflakes coming. Hola, ese. ¿Cómo está?
No, I don't think Spanish.
He doesn't speak Spanish.
He's Jamaican, that's right.
He's Jamaican. He doesn't speak Spanish. This is amazing.
Nazi scum! Off our streets! Nazi scum! Off our streets! Nazi scum! Off our streets!
We're scum, mate. I need to ask them who would win in a fight between Trump and Hitler. This is a fantastic use of public money. That's like 30 grand a horse. It costs more than the baby balloon. I'm here with some fine Mexican citizens here. When can we expect Taco Bell to do like haggis burritos?
Well, they've got to be starting doing it shortly. It's a big outcry. Scotland's a big national franchise in its own, include the haggis.
Do you think that Mexico should get rid of their south border wall to Venezuela?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No
Definitely.
walls anywhere.
Break down the walls like Chris Jericho. What's your favourite Mexican food?
Tequila.
Where'd you get the hat?
My wife made it.
You make pussy hats?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's a bit hot.
I had
Yeah.
one for ages and it was too hot now.
It also doubles as a nice tea cozy.
Yeah.
Vagina tea cozy.
Yeah.
Trump is a cunt, he lacks the depth and warmth. I like it because it's clever and vulgar.
It's probably the most poorly made sign of the day. It's pretty much scrawled on a piece of paper, but the message comes across, right?
Was this a last minute decision? I'm here with Megan, an actual American. How does it feel being an American in Glasgow seeing this shit?
You know what? It's empowering to see so many people be against such a hateful dictator type of piece of shit.
Dictator, that is a very interesting choice of words now. Now, how exactly is Trump a dictator?
Just because he was democratically elected-ish into a democratic system doesn't mean he himself is not a dictator.
I bought this from an immigrant in New York, no joke. He was selling memorabilia in the corner, very nice guy, hard-working. Who do you reckon's a bigger misogynist, Donald Trump or Tommy Sheridan?
Donald Trump or who?
Tommy Sheridan.
Donald
There's no
Trump.
difference. There you say. You don't grade this sort of thing.
Don't grade it.
I
I love the chants though, like there's many more of us than you. Like that wins the argument, like we've got more people so we're right, you know, that's actually what the Nazis thought too. Trump's a ball bag and on the back of the sign it says, suck my balls, Trump. If you had balls, would you really want Trump to suck on them?
Probably not. It's more of a metaphor.
I'm getting covered up here. What's...
It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
You kind of... Mate, you're kind of blocking my shot here, man. What do I think of Trump?
He's a scudbag.
I'm not totally like... I don't have the same kind of visceral dislike of him.
So you like people that grab women in the fanny?
No, of course I don't.
Like, so you're
Lock up children.
It's like it was going on, but Trump was the first to actually separate them from the family.
No, it happened intermittently during the Clinton, Bush and Obama administrations and the Trump administrations as well, but it just depended on what, on how the US Border Patrol wanted to enforce the law. So they had the ability to separate families, but it didn't mean that they always did. But then you had that leaked footage that came out recently. But yeah, like it had been going on before Trump. But it's good in a way that he stopped it, but the executive order also meant that children can now be held indefinitely. Because it used to be you could only hold children for 20 days. So but now it's like they could be held indefinitely. Is that worse? Might be.
Yeah, I tell you, you can get that fucking camera to fuck.
I got called a Nazi and a pseudo-fascist for having a delightful beer holster.
Nigga, what?
High-level political discourse happening on the streets of Glasgow. Peace, love, unity, and keep it strapped at all times.
There's no IQ in him. It's just, it's like a big baby, like that wee blimp that they've got in London. He's exactly that. He's just like a big baby, man.
He does kind of do the opposite of everything like a world leader's supposed to do, like getting in Twitter beefs and all that
Twitter,
kind of shit.
He's just ruined himself.
Personally, I don't think he's a dumb guy. Like, you need to be smart to have done what he did in business, and I think
businessly
he's
he
very
knows.
savvy.
Businessly he's quite well up there, but politically obviously his people are writing the scripts for him.
Is Trump educated? Because he's certainly made a lot of money for someone who isn't.
Yeah, but he was.
Father, though.
Yeah, but his father gave him $1 million and he turned it into $1 billion. Like, if I gave you 100 quid right now, how long would it take you to come back to me with 100 grand?
Yeah, bad manners going in and saying that Britain is in turmoil. You don't comment on other countries' internal politics when you visit them.
You certainly shouldn't comment on other countries' internal politics. It's impolite.
It's like a different world. I don't see how that was the best thing they could have got for their country. I mean, I've got a Hillary Clinton jumper on.
Think she was the best thing for the country?
Not necessarily, but how could people look at Hillary and look at Trump and think, oh yeah, that's the better option?
Do you think it would have been better with a decision for Hillary, or do you think it's both two wings on the same bird?
Definitely two wings on the same bird. Any president, it's what the people behind them. They're the ones that are like kind of making the decisions for them. They're just puppets in it.
Hillary really represented the long-running political establishment. Trump, say what you want about him, billionaire who funds his own campaign, people look at him like, oh, this is the guy who... I mean, he stood up in one of the earliest debates and said, I've given money to all these people on the stage.
Yeah.
Just completely outright exposing the corruption. People might have thought he might overturn the apple cart and things will be different. Can you sympathise at all with any of the Americans that did vote for Trump based on the policies that he said he was putting forward?
Oh yeah, especially those Rust Belt voters. I understand their concerns. And the reason that the establishments, I would say, in the US were so surprised that those Rust Belt voters went for Trump was that they had been ignoring them for so long. So I can definitely sympathise with them. I mean, the pollsters got it wrong because they just assumed those people were Democrats and would always be Democrats. So yeah, I absolutely do.
All right, man.
But, they still backed the wrong horse.
What is the worst policy you think Trump has put into place since he's been in?
Oh, Jesus, the list is so long. I'd have to say the most offensive thing he probably did from beginning to end was the instant stopping of allowing certain people to enter the country who were from certain countries. I thought there was no democracy behind that. There was no thought behind that. There was no policy behind that. It was just a pure selfish move by one person and one ideology, and that was it. And people literally died from that decision.
I'm here with the man of the hour, the main man, my boy, fucking D-Dot. What's happening?
Alright.
How long you been in Scotland for?
Just here for the golf.
Oh shit, you've already picked up the accent, that's impressive. I know your mum's Scottish.
I'm the bestest president at picking up accents in the whole world.
Really interested by your sign, man. Tell me a little bit about yourself and about what your views are regarding
I'm from the group Scottish Jews Against the Zionists,
okay.
Which is the group of Jewish people who obviously don't share the Zionist ideology, because the idea that all the group of the people should share the same ideology is just stupid.
Yes, I definitely agree.
Especially when it's forced by the state, and all people who don't share it are persecuted. That's very wrong and actually racist.
We're getting blocked out by a Palestine flag here, the irony.
Actually, this ideology is shared by many Jews, but we don't have embassy behind us. We don't have big money, so our voices are just lost somewhere because, as you know.
Would
but
it be
it's
fair,
many of us, that's why we are here.
Would it be fair to say a lot of Jewish community leaders don't share your views and
many
push the
don't. Many don't. Plus, many Jewish communities are backed up not with the numbers, not de facto by Jews, but by Zionist Christians, like it is in Glasgow here.
There were some pro-Trump people who showed up, Scotland for Trump. No one was expecting that. There was 3 of them, they got shouted down pretty quickly. There was a guy in a sombrero and a Mexican mustache who was shouting no pasaran at them, which when you think about is a pretty racist interpretation of a Mexican person. I got called a Nazi today for wearing this shirt, I guess, by some idiots. Do you think that kind of thing is just completely destroying any chance of good discourse? Because I certainly do.
Well, I'm glad you think that.
I think people forget what it means, like especially with social media and stuff. Like words are just thrown around without even acknowledging what they mean, and it's, you know, it's quite dangerous because a lot of people throwing the word around might not necessarily know that much about the actual Nazis and what they did.
When everyone starts getting called a Nazi, it kind of diminishes the meaning of it, I think.
Yeah, but it's like with every word, you know, the Zionist lobby try to accuse everyone for anti-Semitic. So if you use it too often, you don't even know what the real anti-Semitism means, and you don't know how to react because, you know, you just don't know. It's, as you said, it's just lost the meaning.
I think that no benefits and no progress is going to be made if discussions and communication are completely shut down. I think the #1 way to do that is to start name calling. And I know I called Trump a dictator. Just stepping up and saying, I don't agree with you, therefore you're the most hateful thing we've ever known in political.
Literally Hitler.
Yeah, it's not going to help.
And what do you think of the big baby balloon? Did you take that with a grain of salt and sense of humour, or do you want to bomb London now?
Bomb London now.